Sean Combs' sexual assault lawsuit dismissed after Jane Doe declines to reveal identity. A sexual assault lawsuit filed against Sean Diddy Combs has been dismissed after the plaintiff, identified only as Jane Doe, refused to reveal her identity as mandated by a federal court. The lawsuit, which accused Combs of sexual assault at a party in 1995, was dismissed by U.S. District Judge Louis J. Lyman after the plaintiff failed to comply with a court order requiring her to disclose her real name by March 20, 2025. This decision has sparked discussions about the balance between a plaintiff's right to privacy and a defendant's right to a fair trial. The allegations against Combs. The lawsuit, filed in October 2024, alleged that Combs sexually assaulted Jane Doe during a party nearly 3 decades ago. The plaintiff maintained that she had chosen to remain anonymous due to fears of retaliation and public scrutiny. However, the defense team for Combs argued that allowing an anonymous plaintiff would be unfair and prejudicial, as it would hinder their ability to prepare a robust defense. Judge Lyman ultimately ruled in favor of Combs' legal team, stating that while courts sometimes permit pseudonyms in sensitive cases, they must weigh the defendant's right to confront their accuser against the plaintiff's desire for anonymity. The judge set a deadline for Jane Doe to refile her complaint using her real name but warned that failure to do so would result in dismissal. When the deadline passed without the plaintiff complying, the court dismissed the case. Legal precedents and the issue of anonymity. In cases involving sexual assault, courts sometimes allow plaintiffs to proceed under pseudonyms to protect them from potential harassment, stigmatization, or psychological distress. However, legal experts argue that defendants also have the right to a transparent and fair legal process. In this case, the court found that Jane Doe's reasons for anonymity did not outweigh the potential prejudice against Combs, leading to the lawsuit's dismissal. This ruling aligns with past legal precedents, where courts have ruled that plaintiffs must disclose their identities unless they can provide compelling reasons to remain anonymous. While the law does provide protections for sexual assault victims, it also requires that those accused be given an opportunity to defend themselves fairly. Response from Combs' legal team. Following the lawsuit's dismissal, Combs' attorneys expressed relief, stating that the case was based on unfounded allegations and that the dismissal reaffirmed their client's innocence. They also emphasized that Combs has been targeted with multiple lawsuits in recent years, some of which they claim are financially motivated or lack substantial evidence. Jane Doe's attorney reacts. Tony Busby, the attorney representing Jane Doe, acknowledged the dismissal but expressed disappointment, stating that the ruling forces survivors of sexual assault to choose between their safety and their right to seek justice. Busby also highlighted that the legal system often makes it difficult for victims to come forward, especially when their alleged abuser is a powerful public figure. Despite this setback, Busby confirmed that his firm would continue to pursue other lawsuits against Combs. Several women have come forward with allegations of misconduct, and multiple civil cases remain active. The broader legal context, other cases against Sean Combs. While this specific lawsuit has been dismissed, it is only one among many legal challenges Combs currently faces. In September 2024, Combs was indicted on federal charges, including sex trafficking and racketeering. Prosecutors allege that he operated a network of illicit activities over several years. He has pleaded not guilty, and a trial is set for May 2025. Additionally, over 30 individuals have filed lawsuits against Combs, accusing him of various forms of misconduct, including sexual harassment, physical abuse, and coercion. Some of these lawsuits date back to incidents that allegedly occurred in the 1990s and early 2000s, while others involve more recent claims. The public and media reaction. The dismissal of Jane Doe's case has sparked significant media attention and public debate. Supporters of Combs argue that the dismissal confirms his innocence and highlights the dangers of allowing anonymous allegations to proceed unchecked. On the other hand, advocacy groups for survivors of sexual assault express concern that the ruling could deter victims from coming forward, fearing public exposure and legal retaliation. Social media platforms have also been flooded with discussions about the case, with opinions divided on whether the court's decision was just. Some critics argue that wealthy and influential individuals often use their resources to evade accountability, while others believe that due process must be strictly upheld to prevent false or unsubstantiated claims from damaging reputations. Implications for future sexual assault cases. The ruling in this case may set a precedent for how courts handle anonymity requests in future sexual assault lawsuits. While some judges have permitted anonymous plaintiffs in high-profile cases, this decision reinforces the legal standard that plaintiffs must justify why anonymity is necessary rather than assumed as a given right. Legal experts note that this case highlights the ongoing tension between protecting victims and ensuring a fair legal process for defendants. Moving forward, courts may continue to scrutinize anonymity requests more closely, potentially making it harder for plaintiffs to proceed without disclosing their identities. Conclusion. The dismissal of the sexual assault lawsuit against Sean Combs due to Jane Doe's refusal to reveal her identity underscores the complexities of legal proceedings involving allegations of misconduct. While the decision aligns with legal principles requiring transparency in court proceedings, it also raises important questions about the challenges victims face when seeking justice. As Combs continues to face multiple legal battles, the outcome of these cases will likely shape public perceptions of accountability in the entertainment industry. Whether this dismissal will impact other lawsuits against him remains to be seen, but it has undoubtedly fueled ongoing discussions about the balance between privacy, justice, and the right to a fair trial.